All right. So, welcome to episode 2 of Where Conversations Grow. And we have a different setup today. We're trying it out, but trying to keep the intimacy between Seth and I with being cozy and comfy on the couch with the dogs and just having some conversations about relationship dynamics. And I think we have a topic for today.
Yes, so today we are going to be focusing on basically stressors in life, making people as couples turn into opponents rather than being on the same team, which in reality, literally, you're on the same team. So, and just to start it off, one of the big things that I've noticed over us being together over a decade now, 10 years, is in the beginning, I'm very messy, right? I leave things everywhere, very ADHD brain.
Very
There's,
messy.
yes, things everywhere, right? So in the beginning, she would just be like, Seth, get your clothes, get this. You got to pick up this. Like, she would just be irritated because I leave my stuff everywhere. And the second someone attacks me like that, in my brain, it's an attack. I'm like, it's go time. I'm not listening. I'm coming at you, whatever I got. And it wasn't productive.
And what happens in my brain as to why I'm making those comments is I'm seeing it as, oh, this is my mental load in the relationship. Like our apartment is messy or our house is messy, and I have to be the one to pick it up because I do pick it up.
Yes.
So
I
it feels, sorry to cut you off, I was still
No,
trying
go
to
ahead.
figure out the rest of my sentence.
Go ahead.
Um, so it can feel almost like disrespectful because we're not taking care of our shared space as a team. It felt like one person was doing more than the other, and that didn't seem great.
Yeah, I definitely see that. And I've gotten a little bit better. Not great, but a little bit better. But I will say what made a big difference is the way she presented it. And listen, most guys know this. Like, we leave our pants in front of the laundry basket. We do things like, I get it. Like, we're just some of us aren't very good at that. And we can obviously fix it, not to make an excuse. But one of the things I noticed that helped me mentally, and I didn't notice it until recently, was the way she started saying it to me. She started being like, Seth, can you please put your coat away? Your coats are everywhere. And just the presentation alone, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can put it away. And then I just put it away because instead of being told like, do this, do that. It reminded me of being like a kid again. I'm like, I'm gonna fight back. Now I'm like, oh yeah, this is my responsibility. Why did I do that? I just wasn't thinking. And so I think that's a huge thing to start to understand in a relationship is the way you present things and the nature of your partner. You know,
Mm, I like that word, nature of your partner.
yes, because my nature is crazy everywhere.
And my nature is I want things to be like peaceful and slow and a little organized.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be super organized, but just like a little like tidiness is good.
And that's the funny thing. I actually like organization. I just don't like doing it, but I love the way it looks. I'm like, I love this. Everything's, I can find everything.
Do you want to give your example that you tell your friends all the time?
Yes. So I think it's really funny. I I saw this reel and the guy's like his wife was mad at him and he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Let me show you." And he like brings her around the house. And he's like, "You just put the dishes here and you come back tomorrow and they're clean and they're put away. It's great." And she's like, just looks so pissed off. And he's like, "No, no, no. I'll show you this too. When you get your laundry, you don't have to do anything. You just put it in this basket here, and the next day it's in your drawer." And I'm like, this is so me because it's terrible, but it's just funny. But it's not funny. Like, I have to help more. But yeah, That's my scene. I tell to my friends, and they're like, "Oh, you should probably help." I'm like, "Yeah, I probably should."
Yeah, but back then we were in a different phase together in our dynamic of I don't know how long ago it was, but basically we were both obviously going to our work. I have the luxury and I'm very grateful that I get to work from home now and I can create my own schedule, but back then 8:30 to 4:30 or sometimes it was like 9 to 7 that I would work and Seth would also be out of the house from like 5 in the morning and not come home until like 8 cuz this is when you worked in the Bronx. So both of us had a lot of stress on our plate. It was our first full-time jobs and trying to navigate being an adult basically while also living together and having I don't know if it was like one or two dogs at the time because we had both Scarlet and Willow with us. So it was trying to maintain like a tidy and clean apartment while doing your adult responsibilities and it just felt like a lot on me to make sure that we were keeping the space clean of the dishes and the laundry and picking up the dog's toys and vacuuming and all of that stuff. So, our stress levels were really high and we weren't working together as a team. We were kind of working against each other because he had a different experience, like needing to take the train in to the Bronx and then coming home. And also me going to my job that had odd hours too. It was really hard. We were not home that much. So the stress really impacted those types of responsibilities.
Definitely. And I feel like that time of our life, like neither one of us liked our job. We were just starting out, and I was going to the Bronx every day to teach in South Tremont or something like that. It was not safe, not good. And my whole day was just like 2 hours there, 2.5 hours back. And you went to a job you didn't like and you didn't get paid very well and it was super stressful. You had like a suicide phone and like it just the whole time. It was like when you start as an early adult, it's stressful. You take the job you can get, but you're just like learning how to navigate life and you navigate each other too because we were kind of early on in our relationship. So we're learning each other's behaviors. And I was also growing up just like you were growing up, but I think definitely now we've evolved quite a bit. We still have the same like I still have the same bad habits of making a mess, but but at least we've evolved in the sense that like we don't have like those like blowouts. Like I feel like sometimes when you're younger, you get like we'd have like an actual blowout. We're like yelling at each other, and I think now as we've learned each other's natures, and I use that word because I just learned it, but like I think it really is important to understand that whoever your partner is, there is a certain nature about them. And that's not to give them off the hook, like they can just get away with everything, but everyone has a different nature to them and how they go about things in life. And when you're with someone, you have to understand how it is they go about life, right? And you have to communicate how some of the things they're doing are frustrating for you, but also you have to give some like grace because you have to realize that if you try to manage everything of your partner, you're going to be stressed because they're not exactly like you. Just like there are some things about me that aren't exactly like, you or you like me. Like everyone's different. But the more you understand the nature of the person, then you can have grace and more understanding of why they're doing things in a particular manner. And again, I don't want people to think that, like, oh, this is just how I am. I don't have to change. That's not what I'm saying. You can obviously change for the good and be intelligent and thoughtful about your processes and always grow, but there are just certain ways to people. They just have a certain nature to them, and they have certain strengths that maybe you don't. And I think the more you can recognize that and identify that, you'll have a better time and not managing, right? And
Hmm.
more understanding.
Right. So now my approach is basically if I don't want to do something, I'll ask Seth to do it. Instead of expecting him to know that he should just do it. So, laundry. We have a lot more stairs now. We lived on a ranch. We didn't have that many stairs. So now we have more stairs. So now when the laundry builds up, I'm like, oh, Seth, can you take the laundry down? And he does. Or I have to remind him because he gets distracted easily. He gets very passionate or gets kind of sucked into whatever it is that he's doing, whether that's like reading or making his smoothie or um, doing a post for Instagram or whatnot. So I do have to remind him a couple of times, but I'm not upset about it because I know that sometimes he just gets sucked into things and it's things that he enjoys doing. So why would I get upset at him for enjoying something? So I just ask him if he can do it. I might have to ask him a couple times, but I'm okay with asking. I don't mind that. In the future, maybe things will have to change, but right now this is where we're at.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of times people say, I just want them to like know, how come you can't see it and just know that's what you're supposed to do? Like, how come you can't see that our laundry is overflowing and like, why can't you just bring it down? It's just because you have your own routine and you're not going to get those, it's not going to jump out at you because you go about your routine in the morning that you don't notice how the laundry is.
Yeah. And also, like, I've noticed when obviously you've had to go away for a week for family reasons or things like that, I'm more noticeable about things because you clean so frequently that I'm like, oh, this is great. Everything's clean. Everything's clean. But then when you go away, I'm like, oh my God, the dishes, the laundry. I'm like, things start to pile up. And then I do them. I just think, unfortunately, I take for granted sometimes that you do so many things. But I don't have that brain where like I see one thing, I'm like, I'll just pick it up. I'm like, oh, I'll do it Saturday. I do it on a weekly basis. But then I realize that's not a good idea because things just pile up. And yeah, I'm working on the organization. But I will say, if you are in a relationship, you know, female, male, whatever, and they have ADHD, I will give you a tip. Like, there is something to be said about when you get into something, you have like such a good focus, right? And we don't always experience it that way, but you get really hyper focused into something. If you want to really piss them off, like you can be like, "Hey, drop what you're doing now and come help me," and you're gonna get a fight. I promise you, because I don't know how to explain it, but there's like such a focus that it is like infuriating when someone breaks it. And I'm not saying that every time you should let them do that, but just be understanding if your partner does have ADHD, like you may notice like when they're really into something, you might be like, hey, I know you're busy right now, but say in like 30 minutes or an hour, can you do A, B, and C? Obviously, dependent on the situation and the circumstance. Like, if the baby's got a boo boo or something's really important, obviously, that's the moment to break them out of that. But if it's like, pick up this or something tedious, like, let them finish. Or say, can you do this when you're done? I promise you, you're going to get a lot better response.
Hmm. So we're talking about the small stuff. What's the big stuff?
Oh boy. Now we're getting crazy as I'm breaking this mic. All right.
What
You want
example should we use?
for the big stuff?
We have a lot.
What comes to your top of mind?
Um, Having one car or
Ooh, that's a rough subject. That's a bad one. Yeah, that was hard.
for what was it? 3 years? 4 years? I don't
Yeah,
even know. It was a long time.
it was a very long time, but I kind of benefited from it more than you did.
Yeah.
But in my defense, I had to drive to work and you worked from home when we had the one car. So there was a reason. It wasn't just like I'm just driving off into the sunset doing whatever I like. Like I had to go to work and you had to walk down the hallway. So it's a little different. But
Yeah.
not to say it wasn't hard for you to not be able to go anywhere.
Yeah, you feel trapped and lonely.
Yeah, I feel
And I
that.
couldn't, do things that maybe I wanted to do or just had the opportunity to go do things. Like I had to really time my schedule out to align with your schedule of like going to the gym or food shopping or getting lunch or something. I always
Yeah.
had a DoorDash.
Yeah, that was rough. But now we have two cars
Hmm.
and it's much better. And you are a frequent visitor to Stop and Shop. We should be sponsored by Stop and Shop because Lauren goes on a daily basis.
Gets me out of the house.
Yeah.
That's my hobby.
Hobby is
Food
buying
shopping.
food shopping. Yes. Buying snacks. um, wait, we should bring up the book.
Oh gosh. Go for it.
so we so I got really into this mindset and I'm a new realtor, so I've been really working on how I speak to people in a way that convinces them of, that this is the right thing for them. It's just the power of words kind of thing. So one day, Lauren's
No.
what?
The situation was trying to figure out how we were going to pick up the car because it was getting fixed.
Oh, that's going to the book too?
Yeah, that's how
Oh,
the book
okay, go
happened.
ahead. You finished from how we got to pick up the car.
Okay.
All right, the book, but go ahead.
So Seth asked me what my schedule was so he could see if I could go pick it up, which meant that I had to Uber there, pick up
Yes.
the car. um, but when I came down the stairs, I like to have a hard copy of my schedule. I don't want to have it on my phone. And the first thing that you said was,
You should use Calendly. It's a great digital service that puts all your schedules into one digital thing. And she didn't like it.
because that took away the whole entire reason why I was bringing my book down, my schedule down,
Yes.
because you started to tell me what I should be doing instead of what we need to do to address
Yeah. To address the
to
problem.
address the problem, which is who is going to pick up the truck.
Yes.
So, what happened after that?
So then I was like, I don't even remember the exact words, but I was like, you're not really being flexible. I was like, and I was like, most people I talk to, they would be open to at least trying the Calendly. And she got furious. She was like, don't you use those words. I know where those words came from.
Stop Tony Robbins
Yeah.
me.
I was like, I'm not even mad. I understand how you're feeling. She just
And it
gave,
actually got me more frustrated because it felt like he wasn't hearing me and understanding that he literally shifted the whole entire reason as to why we were looking at our schedules and just focusing on the stupid technology thing.
she was like, my book. I was like, don't worry, it's okay. Well, you don't have to do it. Most people I know like it, but maybe that's not for you. And she was just like, bah! She's like, stop it. Because she's like, you're using your words magic against me. I was like, I don't know even know what you're saying, but I could see you're frustrated. And she just made her even more mad.
But even though I was frustrated, it was like a laughter funny frustrated. Like I actually was not mad at him and he wasn't like we weren't mad at each other, but it was just definitely an annoyance as to why this all of a sudden shifted into talking about technology and my hard copy book for scheduling versus who the heck is going to pick up the car, which was the most important thing. So again, we got off topic. We were fighting against
Yes.
each other, not for
But
the
I think I
problem.
just picked up the truck. I had someone drive me to it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that worked out. It was good. It was very good. It's just that I had a good mindset, and you just love books and you don't like computers, but it's fine.
It is fine.
I think that was the biggest event.
No, there's definitely more, but like that one was a good one to talk about.
What do you think the biggest event was?
Hmm.
terms of us being turning a stressor that turned us into true rivals or opponents instead of teammates.
I mean, I don't know. There's two that come to mind.
Which one would you say was the worst?
um, like I don't know because I don't know which one. I mean, they're both really hurtful, and from my perspective, one I cried in one, and the other one I was just very frustrated and felt defeated. So I don't know which one was actually
All right, well, let's
the
start with one and maybe
worst.
we'll start the other one too. We'll just get them out there. This is what we're here for, is to talk about the hard stuff. So,
Okay, that's fair. All right. So I guess the first one, it's kind of along the same lines. I had to get my car fixed.
oh,
So we had to drop it off, and the car was ready to be picked up. I had to meet with someone at 5 o'clock. The car was done at 4, and Seth was going to just go pop over there and pay for it. And then I was going to pick it up later. However, I can only pick it up after 8 o'clock. And I didn't have anyone to meet with at 4 o'clock, but over on Long Island, it's rush hour. And to get to a place that's 30 minutes away takes like 45 minutes away. So I did not want to pick it up that day. I said that we could pick it up tomorrow morning because both of us will be able to do it first thing in the morning. And you became very frustrated with me. And I don't recall the actual words that you said, but it did make me feel insecure and upset because I sometimes get worried that I have a hard time being independent.
yes. I think in the moment I was really frustrated because I had to like leave my job, go pay, and whatever. And I feel like I'll take a Uber. To me, it's not a big deal, but for some reason, you were stressed about it. And I was just like, I think I was like, I feel like you have to have me do everything. Like, I feel like you can't just like do stuff. Like, you need your hand held, and you got upset. And you're like, I can be independent. You're not understanding. And it wasn't that. I was just like, in the moment, I was just doing so many things, and I was like, "Why? You're literally at home. You could just go for an Uber." Because like to me, it was no big deal. I would just get an Uber, go, and it's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, when I tell you to use an Uber to go somewhere, it like causes panic in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't.
Well, for this situation, it caused panic because I had to meet with someone at 5 o'clock, and I was not going to be able to go pick the car up and then drive it back by 5 o'clock. It was
Mm,
already 4. I would have been late.
yeah, and in my mind, I would have just do the meeting in the car. So
But
like,
I can't do that. Confidentiality. It's important to be in the comfort of my own home.
I guess I'm in my job as like a teacher or whatever. Like we have to be flexible all the time. So I'm like, all right, just make it work. But you have a certain routine and you won't break from it. Because even if you're in the car, like confidentiality is fine. No one's listening to you in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind,
But
I
I
would
don't
just,
have the system.
I guess, I don't know. I would just like go to Starbucks, put headphones on. I don't know. Like I would just, I in my brain, I just make things work.
Mm-hmm.
You're more structured and routinized, and you're like, this is how I have to do things, and I have a hard time with that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you give me a rock and be like, go figure it out, and I'll just do it. Like anything. Like I've always done that. Like I have could have minimal tools, and I'm like, all right, I got to make this work.
Right. Which again makes sense.
All right. What was the second event?
Well,
The
we're
mo-
not done.
oh
Talking
gosh, we
about
keep going. We're going still. I'm
so,
sorry. There's more to this.
so after we had that phone call, I ended up needing to cancel my session, and I did take an Uber there. I paid for it. I drove the car back, and Seth and I did not talk to each other. We gave each other space. It was very hard. It was hurtful. There was other reasons as to why I was upset in the Uber, but um after we both took time away from each other, we did repair once we both got, well, I mean, once you got home. I was home the whole
Yeah.
time. And we both took accountability, which is important. And I think I did mention to you that is a concern of mine, that I don't know how to be as independent as you, but like, I don't think I need to be as independent as you. Like, I don't think I need to
I'm too independent.
sometimes.
I'm sorry.
um, so the end result was that we were able to repair and take accountability and apologize and just talk through
Yeah, it
why you
worked.
said what you said and why I was upset.
Yeah, I was just frustrated. There was a lot going on. But we ended up working out. I think we've definitely become better communicators as we gotten older and wiser and more. Honestly, I think the best we've done those last couple weeks because I've decided to be more open to the thought process and mindset and not be as explosive in terms of my reactions. I feel like my personality is becoming less reactive, which is nice for you and for me because it's not good to be so frustrated all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just get really annoyed and then I just like explode. But now I haven't been feeling that. You know, I think it's been beneficial.
Yeah. No, it definitely has.
You know,
Yeah. And not saying that I don't want anyone to think, and that's why I'm saying this. I never felt like I had to walk on eggshells with you, but I did notice that it was like a roller coaster of emotions. Like,
yeah.
someone would do one thing and like that was it, and then you would be able to feel better, and then all of a sudden someone else would do something or say something, you would freak out.
Hmm.
I guess freak out's not the right word. You would just get very annoyed. That would stick with you for a bit, then you'd feel better, and then the dogs would do something, and then you get mad at them, and it just,
Yes.
and I kind of just, let you feel whatever you had to feel.
Well, the dogs just love to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like always, I'll be frustrated and they'll be like licking my toes or like fighting each other on top of me, and I'm like, for the love of God, get off of me! Like this is the worst possible time. As cute as they are, they're just annoying sometimes. But anyways, I feel like we've gotten a lot better, and I think the main point is, you don't no matter what the stressor is, you got to remember at the end of the day, like you guys are a couple, you're in this together, and you just have to communicate better and understand each other's nature. You can't expect them to be like you. We're two different people, two different lives, and we have, you know, consciously decided that we're going to be together. And with that, when we're married, we made a promise to each other to understand that for better or for worse, we're going to stick it out and we're going to figure it out.
Hmm. And I'll also add in there the importance of listening, which I know you're also working on.
I got just a list of just so many things, but
I
you
mean, it's
know,
not like you haven't talked about it.
no, I've been working on it definitely, and it's not like I have one leg. That's an inside reference because I have ADHD, but I tell you right now, I don't have one leg. So I'm gonna tell this because
Oh gosh.
I don't even care. It's just not gonna find this YouTube channel. So my mom, this is only just a sliver into, and this is towards the end of the video, so no one's gonna even watch this far, so we're fine.
That's fair.
My mother, where to begin? But we'll just go for the other day. So my mom, I've been trying this mental mindset stuff. This is very odd topic of what we're saying, but it'll give you some preface to how we've ended up here. Um, so I've been talking to her about the things I've been thinking about, changing my thoughts, being more intelligent about how I approach life on a day to day basis. And my mom just loves to do the opposite. She loves to be like, well, you have ADHD, Seth. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. She's like, it's much harder to listen. And I'm like, I feel like that's just an excuse. And she's like, no, you have to picture this. You're a runner. You have one leg. and you're about to run a marathon. And I'm like, that's how you see yourself as an impaired person about to run a marathon? Just because you have to listen better? I was like, I don't agree. And I was like, I think your perspective is a little skewed. And I said this to her. I was like, my perspective is to you, you think you're a one legged runner in a marathon, but really, you just think you're impaired. But if you really started to understand and consciously change what you're doing, you'd realize you'd look down, you actually have two functioning legs. And at this marathon, you can do anything else that anybody's doing. That's the mindset shift, right? You go from this scarcity mindset of, I have one leg, I can't do it, to, you know, this is going to be challenging and maybe it's more difficult to get around this, marathon or whatever race. But if I start to realize that I can change and I can also do this, all of a sudden you look down, you got two legs, just like everybody else, and you can do
Well said.
it. That's the sliver. Hopefully, she doesn't watch this, but she'll probably love it and like it and say ADHD. But all right, I feel like we're really deep. 31 minutes in. Anything
Oh
last to
my.
say?
Um, I think the last thing that I'll say is just to start wrapping up. And again, thank you for being here with us, listening to us go on about our dynamic, and hopefully it allows you to see that there's other ways and tools, I guess, that you can take from this and use for yourself or your own relationship. And hopefully it can help just make some minor improvements, because those minor improvements can add up and go a very long way.
Yeah, and I think again, we made this because I feel like it's hard to find stuff like this. Like just normal couple stuff. Like again, we have other traumatic and bigger things that happen, but I think it's good to talk about the small stuff because in the grand scheme of thing, it's those little things that build up and those day-to-day things that really can cause a divorce. It really is. It's not
Yes.
that monumental moment. It might seem like it, but it's usually those other 99 little things that have added up and haven't been addressed. So that's why we started this is we've grown as a couple because we've started to have these conversations and it's really really helped me. Like I am a person who has dealt with trauma, different various things in my life and avoided them, and I think having good valued conversations will grow your relationship and it'll grow you as a person. And please, if you're watching, I don't even care if you're 5 people, 6 people, comment if something helped you. Comment if you want to learn something else, like you want to learn more. It whatever. Like that's the whole point of this. It's just to create a small community of people that we can like help each other and have great conversations.
So until next time on
Where conversation grows. Or where conversations grow. And this ad was not sponsored by Stop and Shop, even though we said it like 10 times.